It's Week 8 of the NFL, and EA Sports brings you the game of the week. It's the Cards and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, CD, you look at the Cardinals in this matchup. They think they can run the football in this one, but there's a group on the other sideline that thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it's always intriguing when you pit an offense against a defense. It seems like they can cancel each other out. We've got a top 5 rushing offense against a top 5 defense. So a lot of times it comes down to execution and maybe a little bit of that what coaches call want to.
Closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. First play, here's Cousins. And his first pass is incomplete. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Oh, what a catch by Hockenson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Kingsbury's saying, hey, let's take another look at that. He's going to throw down the challenge flag. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Cousins now to throw on first down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. Back to the ground. Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal. They got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Following the touchdown, here's Seimer now to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Well, here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year is James Conner. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The first carry now. This is Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
They'll try and run forward with Conner. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On their own side of the field.
Side of the field. But boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And, CD, you look at this defense, you know, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise to fine instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Throwing is Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation.
Down at the 28-yard line.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
Down to the 25. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes, left side. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Again, it's Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there. He was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st and 10 is counter, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Murray. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Murray giving to Connor on the option. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. Give him 2 yards on that play. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Murray a give. This is Connor.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Here's Murray from midfield. Quick slant to Brown. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray.
And this is caught. It's Brown.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Connor up the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
On 2nd down and 4. Murray. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Play action. Now it's Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
On 2nd and goal, Murray. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 1 now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Again, it's Cousins. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw, Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cousins.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll throw again. Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And he will have a Vikings first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. And he'll just get rid of it.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. We haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half, they'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Taken at the goal line. Well, the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Murray. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And they have just about gone to halftime with the Panthers out on top. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. It completes it once more to Anderson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 2nd and 4. To throw is Murray. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Open man is Anderson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy. Because essentially now, you have an extra running back there. So if he keeps it, you've got a problem. If he hands it inside, you're probably not ready for it because you have all your focus back on number 1.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off the option, here's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Connor on the read option. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
We tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And Murray's going to keep this. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cardinals have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point good by Prater. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
First down. Here's Cousins. Eluding the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge of setting on the side.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On play action, Cousins. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Here's more on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
The football going back over to Arizona now. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down. Murray now. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Murray from midfield.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They run behind center with Counter. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Murray now running right on the option.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run here with Connor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Shotgun now from Murray. Caught on a slant. Touchdown. Darrell Williams, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Raiders to kick off for Arizona.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to the knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Cousins.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And able to get this one across the 35 before he's brought down.
Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down Vikings.
Left side, Cook. And some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 34. To throw, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. To throw is Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 41.
Intercepted by the Cardinals.
Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. An option handoff given to Connor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Running right on the option is Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, a 22. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Murray giving to Connor on the option. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
2nd down and goal. Murray. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Cards have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So what a comeback here. They looked like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a 4th quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly, because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go, and they hung in there and made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
Prater for the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Vikings 17. Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. 7 yards there and a first down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Taken down at the 41. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 1.
We're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Throwing, Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Throwaway and incomplete. It's now 3rd down.
This offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Returning it is Moore. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Connor on the read option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On the option to give to Williams here. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit out and running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line. runners taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. The Vikings 26-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get your reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Connor. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Second and goal from the 6 this time. An option handoff given to Connor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Raiders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So Kirk Cousins in the offense, down by 10, a little under a minute to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
Now Cousins. This is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Here's Cousins. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Cousins to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by Cyber, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And the Cardinals have got it. So that should just about put an end to this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world, and get it done. Happier than.
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Cards,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.